Alright, we're going.
Alright, so last we left off, the Gold Dawn had helped Teclis gather the Waystones that they had needed for the vision spell back in Ulthuan. But before they could venture there, they needed to acquire a weapon to kill Amanar, allowing for sea travel to be possible once again. Employing the help of a pirate named Charles, they used the map to navigate to the point in which the harpoon laid. Arriving there, the Gold Dawn realized that they were not the only ones looking for the weapon. Aranessa's ship was parked below the sea as a small handful of zombified pirates and Aranessa herself were already there to claim the weapon. Without hesitation, Eve launched 2 Eldritch Blasts in an attempt to knock the weapon free from her grasp, but the current of the waves made it difficult to land a hit. A fight beneath the waves took place as zombie after zombie emerged from the wreckage of Wolfheart's ship. Eldriana, hearing a voice from her grandfather, reaches out and concentrates. She then begins to feel a connection to the water around her and opens up a small area. This causes those in the area to drop to the seafloor, allowing the strength of the group to shine, as the water no longer hindered them. Later, losing concentration, the water crashed, filling the space, giving Aranessa and her crew the advantage once again. However, Eldriana did not give up and managed to open up an extremely large section of water, effectively preventing Aranessa's escape and setting up the patented Surbeck head crush with both of his mauls. With the harpoon now in their possession, Eldriana gently filled the area of water that she had pushed away to create a void. Doing this caused the party to float up and reach to the surface calmly. Everyone climbed back onto Charles's ship, and the majority of members looked to Bragrick to gather their belongings from his bag of holding. Ophelia is approached by Charles, looking to receive the rest of his payment. Once payment of the remaining 40 gold is made, Charles's face changed, and he quickly brandished his pistol and fired a shot past Ophelia's head. Behind her, a man had drawn his pistol and was attempting to shoot her in the back of the head. Eve picked through the dead man's coat and found a letter written by Manfred von Karstein. The letter details a hit on Ophelia with the gift of immortality to those that can provide proof of her demise. With the new information and the weapon they need, the party head back to Fabian's old shop. There, Maka, Cedric, and Teclis all provide insight and information on the battle to come. Teclis wondered where Jacob Wolfheart acquired the star metal, as it is only forged and made in Ulthuan. Maka expressed concern over the fact the weapon would need to strike Amanar's underbelly to be able to deal a lethal blow. And Cedric offered the workshop to Bragrick so that he could build the launcher for the weapon. Finally, Yop and Golden both head into town in the hopes of finding a shop willing to open for a short while. They did find an elderly man who reluctantly opened a shop for a bit, and that is where we left off, with Bragrick setting up his workstation with a list of tasks to complete.
At this point, though, it's like late in the evening, right?
No, I believe it's still, well, probably late afternoon. Best way to describe it. Say 5 or 6. What are you guys doing?
I believe I was getting my armor repaired.
Yeah, I'm gonna work into the evening just to start repairing Surbeck's armor, and then I'll get started in the morning. Fresh start to crafting everything else.
Okay. Repairing Surbeck's armor is only going to take a few hours, so if you did want to start any of the other tasks before, it gets too late, you can. But if you're going to start with that, just go ahead and give me a tinkering check. And if you have any materials that you wish to expend, like to fill the gap in the armor itself, let me know.
Yeah. Can I search around the workshop to find any pieces of metal I can shape? use my blacksmith tools.
Yeah.
shape
Yeah.
into
So
things.
an investigation.
I've also got two like normal human-sized shields that were jammed in there from before. I'm not sure if they're removable
Ooh.
still, but that might be of use.
It would be of use.
Ooh, so I will utilize those plus anything I find on my investigation.
I also have a Surbeck-sized great axe that can be melted down if need be.
Okay. Do they have a forge in this? Because I know it's more of an alchemist shop. I don't know if they have like a full smelter slash forge though.
Oh my god, I'm strong.
So I see everything.
That is the unfortunate part with this workshop is that it'll be good for assembly, but you don't necessarily find an area that you know to be a forge.
Okay. Do I find any
in
metal things?
terms of metals and stuff, the majority of the metallic items would be the tools and whatnot in the shops. So things like tongs and beaker holders and whatnot are kind of everywhere, all over the place.
Okay.
They would be available to you, but you would need quite a bit. You kind of gather that with the shields and Surbeck's great axe, that
I'm gonna
you would have
use-
more than enough materials to do what you
Alright.
need to do.
And I'm gonna use Surbeck's a large character, right? So I'm gonna
Correct.
use 10 feet of my silver chain to kind of help fashion like the chest piece to the shoulder plates,
Okay.
kind of thing.
To the people I have around me, I would say, "Cool. So I have done some reading, and I have come across an interesting potion for our team, but I need help collecting the materials. But I don't want to do it now, but I am just asking, is anyone here really good with that type of thing, looking for foraging? Because I only want people who are experts at foraging."
Surbeck good at forage.
Urbeck good at forage?
Yes, very good.
Good to know when we go out into the jungles, because what I learned, pretty much I can bring someone back from the dead with this potion. But I cannot find the materials on my own. So I need only the best at foraging to come with me.
Surbeck best at most things. Surbeck help.
Okay. We'll consider this when we... maybe for tomorrow.
Okay.
Is anyone else good at foraging? The more the merrier. Okay, good to know. I would go and find some dinner. I would probably just go, I guess, to the inn and see if they have any food yet, just
Okay.
to serve.
So, Greg, for the sake of simplicity, we'll say that within the shop, you're able to make a small area that can be used as a makeshift forge temporarily.
Yay.
Okay, so if no one else is doing anything while Bragrick is working and Eve is going to the inn, if you want to do anything else, just let me know.
Surbeck would join her at the inn after his armor's repaired.
Okay, so you're going to hang back for a bit then.
Yeah.
Is there any other, with my investigation check, is there any other like cool substances that I could gather and acquire to hold on to for future projects?
I think you've already kind of scoured through this area quite a bit previously, and you've collected the those gems.
Okay.
And other than that, the other substances aren't really unique or useful that you can tell.
Okay.
But the gems and the device that you found that was linked to Teclis, those were the most notable things.
The device, like the thing that was actually like into the
And then
floor.
you guys smashed.
Oh. Well, I left that down there.
All right.
Yeah.
So, is anyone else going to the tavern, or is it just Eve?
After repairing Sobek's armor, I guess I will also go that way too.
I would as well.
I'm going to the tavern.
Okay, let's say Goldun and Ophelia join Eve on the way to the tavern. I got your jam coming, Mateo.
Oh shit, where is it?
Blueberry jam. Haha.
Hold on, I gotta crank it. I can't really hear it.
Pretty loud around here. Okay, so you make your way back to the tavern, and you can see that inside it's a bit more lively now as people have begun to sort of come out of their homes finally and, kind of get about their lives once again. As you go into the tavern, or as you approach it, you can see that there's almost a queue going outside, out of the door. And as the door opens up wider, you can see that Charles is sitting at a table in the middle. And there are people lining up in front. You guys push through. You can see that there are several tables that are empty. But there's a queue of maybe 20 people lined up in front of this table which Charles sits at.
Can I take a peek and see what's the hype about?
You take a peek and you can kind of see that Charles has a piece of paper in front of him and is writing, and people are there, and the people that are there aren't exactly the top of the line quality people. You can see a lot of them are elderly or sickly or injured, and you can just see Charles speaking to them and jotting notes. And you do notice that he is alone.
Is he drinking something?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I will go to the barmaid and get a pint, and they only had ale here, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I will get, in that case, 2 pints. And I'll make my way over to him.
Eve, Golan, what are you doing?
I would go up to the barmaid and I would say, "Hello! Last I was here, you were still cleaning up. I was wondering if maybe some food.
We went underwater at the end of that.
I was thinking maybe at this time you might have some food."
Yes, we have some food now.
Perfect. What do you have now?
It's quite limited, but she kind of hands you a piece of paper, and you can see that it's a menu that's been quickly scrawled together, like pen on paper, just quickly done by hand. And you can see that there are some fish options. There are some scallops and the obvious ale to wash it all down with, but that's about it.
I will have the fish, scallop, and ale.
One of each. Okay.
And I was wondering, there's quite a commotion here, quite a line. What is happening here?
Well, poor Charles, his crew just left him. Something happened, I'm not quite sure what, but the remaining crew just took off.
Aaron.
Can't hear you. Sorry, Aaron.
I was wondering, how much do I owe you?
She just leans in and says, "On the house," because you guys basically saved the town.
Ah, very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
How much is it per drink at this bar?
Typically, it'd be about 5 copper.
Okay.
I,
Because-
regardless, still tip her a gold piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1 gold.
Since we have done a lot of damage in this town and put a lot of people's lives at risk, I'm gonna buy everyone in the bar around.
You're not really there just yet. You're still working on Cerbex's armor. But we'll get to
When I
that.
get there, yeah.
Sending an e-transfer.
He's exactly.
Pigeon transfer, P transfer.
And what about you, love? The barmaid looks at you, Goldon.
What are those menu options again?
We got fish scallops, and you can wash it all down with a cup of ale. And she slams a stein on the sort of bar top.
I'll take a fish and 2 ales for myself. Say, what's the word around town?
I mean, there's not much to report. All that there is, obviously, as I mentioned to your friend, Charles had a bit of bad luck. There hasn't really been any shipments out here except for one lonely fisherman who came and sold us some of his stock. And that's about it. Other than the obvious that you guys obviously helped to deal with.
Very well. How much do I owe you?
On the house. As I said to your friend, much appreciated. We'd be in much worse shape.
Thank you. I can't take it for free though, and I'll throw a gold piece on the counter.
It's appreciated.
I'll take my ale and my food, and I'll go sit next to Charles. Go find Charles.
All right. So you approach Charles, and you can see that Ophelia is kind of already on the way there, or already there, rather.
Charles. Long time.
Well, mate, how are you?
Same old, same old.
Good. What can I do you for?
Just coming just to chat, have a bite to eat, you know, unwind after a long day.
That's great. I'm a little busy here, though, mate.
Yeah. I heard the crew left. What's that all about?
It's hard to keep a crew when you end up shooting them. I suppose I deserve it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, but you did what you had to do. Sometimes you have to make an example.
Indeed. So what about you lot? Are you getting out of here?
I imagine by then I'm already there.
Oh,
so
you were there before, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
perfect. I just put another ale in front of him.
Thanks, love. But what's this for?
What? You did shoot the guy who was trying to shoot me, so the least I could do is get you a damn ale.
I appreciate it, but when the customer pays, it's not necessarily good faith shooting them in the back.
I peer over. What do his notes say?
It's all like just every single person he's seen so far has some sort of a flaw, which he obviously has issues with. So he'll say things like too weak, too skinny, too dumb.
Is it like a little booklet, or is it a
Yeah.
piece of paper?
It's like a little a notebook of some sort.
I don't make it subtle that I'm looking into his notes. I do like your commentary, and I try to push the page back one so I could see what else you've said.
Okay. Yeah, basically, he's had nothing good to say about anyone, and he's interviewed about 7 people.
7 people.
At this point, as he's obviously like got you guys around, he just looks at the person at the desk and goes, "Hey, piss off for a second." You can see,
Wait, did we just interrupt an interview?
kind of.
Damn.
You can kind of see a rather like scrawny, middle-aged man just kind of defeated, walking away.
I whisper into his ear. Doesn't look like he could hold much.
None of them could. So, like I was asking your friend, what's your plan? I imagine you're not sticking it around for too long.
No. We'll be heading out soon. Are you trying to find your entire crew here?
Just enough to get me off this rock.
Well, when do you plan on leaving?
No date in sight at the moment.
How many are you looking to hire? What's the minimum for you?
Maybe at least 4 other men to handle the ship. That'd be the bare minimum. 5 of us.
Out of character, I know that we need to have a ship to leave, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
We currently do not have a ship to leave.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. I have a couple suggestions. And I grab his whatever he's using, whatever writing utensil he's got going on.
Okay. And some sort of a pen type thing. Yep.
I didn't think he had a whole feather and ink. Doesn't look like the type of guy. I write down Surbeck's name. I write down Bragrick's name. Goldon, Telkada. Those are beefy people. I don't write Yope's name. I need to let that be known.
Jeez.
And then Eve looks stronger than Eldriana in terms of physique, correct?
I think they're about the same. They'd be about the same physique, but on a scale of 1 to 20, I believe Eve is stronger.
Okay. And I put Eve's name. And then underneath that, as an honorary mention, I put my name.
You can see that he's got a bit of a smile on his face.
And I put like little points so that way he can like write his comments. And then on mine, I just do a little check mark.
What are you saying, love? You and the crew want to go privateering?
Well, I lean in a little closer so not to offend the people wanting to interview for this position. I don't think you're going to find much help here, and we do need to leave this place, and you're looking for people who know what to do. And I point to the burly men. They take direction pretty well.
Let's see that, and they're pretty good in the scuffle as well, from what I've seen. Now the question is, once you lot have reached your destination, what happens to me?
Well, we wouldn't leave you high and dry, and realistically, wherever we end off is probably going to get you better people than here. Unless you're looking at, what was the scrawny guy's name?
This
in his book?
guy?
The one who we interrupted his interview?
Oh, he never got to that portion yet. Basically, as you guys approached, one person was walking up, and you kind of interrupted the whole thing.
Ah, okay. Unless you want to go with that string bean over there.
Where are you headed?
Okay, I don't remember where we're headed anymore. What was our first? Where was the place that we were supposed to do? With
You're basically headed towards Wolf One initially, and now you have Teclis with you, and that's sort of the destination you're trying to get to.
Yeah. Well, we're headed to Oath One.
The Paradise Island.
Where else would I want to be?
I mean, the markets and the food there are top notch.
I agree.
I don't know that we would fit in the land of the elves.
Is he referring to our green people?
He is, in fact, referring to your green people.
Yeah, but it's handy to have her, and I point to Eldriana.
I'm assuming she's a local.
Adriana.
Sorry, I thought that was a statement. That I am. It is where my home is.
Well, you caught me at a bit of a crossroads, so I stay here and I pick through the scraps, or I accept your offer, go to Ulthuan, and potentially end up stranded without a crew.
Isn't that technically what's going on now?
As I said, you caught me in a bit of a pickle.
At least you'll be able to eat better there. What's the weather usually like there?
It's paradise.
Okay. Have you been?
Once, and I can tell you that it didn't go as planned.
I have a feeling that usually tends to happen to you.
All right, I accept your deal.
All right. Is my entire party here?
Everyone except for, well, initially only Eve and Golden followed you, but for the sake of simplicity, let's say at this point, Brygrick, Surbeck, and the rest of the group has joined you. As you've struck your deal, you've shook on it. Charles addresses the line. All right, what can I say? The positions have been filled. Thank you for your consideration. And I'll be in touch. And he just takes the notebook and he tosses it into the fireplace.
Get the fuck out of here.
I love that we just butted the entire interview line and also interrupted one.
I mean, let's be honest. They were none of them were as good as a fit as we are.
Right. At this point, your meals are brought to your table as well. Those of you that did order food.
I put up my mug of ale or pint and signaled to Charles, to our captain.
So Rebecca's gonna order an entire keg to the table as well as three of everything on the menu.
Oh God, okay.
I'm gonna order everyone in the bar.
What are you ordering?
Just an ale.
Okay.
Everyone.
There is about, including yourselves, there's about 20 patrons right now inside.
Cool.
So go ahead and do the math and just mark that off, and you can subtract the
You say it was about a copper a piece?
5 copper per ale, and then, like I said, you can subtract the cost from the party from that total. So you guys are, I believe, 8 in total.
How much does my bill come out to?
Like she said to the rest on the house, especially since the rest of the group has tipped so well on items that wouldn't cost gold pieces, they're pretty appreciative.
Oh, perfect. Well, Surbeck definitely won't tip.
Okay.
Been told that it was on the house.
Yeah. So as you raise your glass to Charles and say to our captain, Charles will raise the glass and say, "To a crew, may they not screw me over."
Surbeck's gonna like uncork the tap of the keg and just start drinking it out of the tap hole.
Ew.
All right. Was there anything else you want to do at the tavern?
No for me. I'm good. I'm ready to get back to get a long rest and have my alchemy, get my tinkering going, make stuff.
All right. All right, you guys get yourselves a nice meal, some ale, a lot of ale, and then are you guys all leaving at the same time, or did people want to leave earlier?
What time is it right now?
By the time you finished everything, it's around 9:30
In the morning?
evening.
Okay. Are there any rooms that we can rent out?
Yeah. In the tavern, you guys have typically just been staying at the workshop.
Can I get a room for myself?
Of course, dear. Single? Are you bunking with anyone?
Single for today.
Okay. Let's just call it a silver piece and make it even.
Out of game, there's like no beds at that guy's place, right? Fabian's?
No, you guys have relied on your bedrolls and basically like intermittent watch to get your rest there.
Oh, then I would also get a room.
Okay. Anyone else getting a room?
Is this the same place that has like the shed outside and whatnot?
No, this is a different
Okay.
place.
Yeah, I guess I'll get a corner room. I'll specifically ask for a corner room.
Okay. No problem.
I'll get a tavern.
You're gonna buy a tavern?
You're gonna buy the whole
Oh,
tavern?
sorry, I'll get a room.
Okay.
I'll get a room as well.
Okay.
Can Surbeck go out?
How many rooms?
Can Surbeck go out and buy a Surbeck-sized bedroll?
A Surbeck-sized bedroll?
Yeah, mine got lost along
Oh,
with
shit.
the warp stones.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
You mean the sail on a ship?
Yeah, basically a sail on a ship.
So
You need
you
a 85-foot area rug.
you make your way out. Just judging by the direction of the streets and whatnot, you find the same general store that Eope and Goldon found. It's late, so you're not sure if anyone's going to answer.
Surbeck is going to drunkenly knock on the door. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
So you knock on the door. No answer.
Hello, local hero here. Special request.
So you drunkenly hammer the door again, and the elderly man that helped Goldun and you'll purchase some things comes. What's all the commotion? As he opens the door to see this giant orc. Can I help you?
Yes, me Surbeck. Surbeck need bedroll.
Huh. Well, let me see what I can do. And he starts rummaging around, and he finds essentially 2 bedrolls. Well, for your size, big fella, I don't think either of these are big enough, but perhaps someone can fashion them together.
Surbeck have friends that might have something to do that with.
Okay. That'll be 1 gold piece.
Surbeck's gonna go rummaging in his backpack that he throws everything inside and find a gold piece and give it to him.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. He's gonna put them on his arms and remember the comfort of bedrolls.
All right. So, Surbeck, as you come back in, those of you that have purchased rooms for the night, you make your way up to your rooms.
I would purchase it, but then I would also follow it up with a question.
Do you have a bathhouse here at the inn?
No, we don't, my dear. Most people just bathe in the sea.
Make my way to the sea.
They bathe in a pig trough.
I try to find a secluded area by the seashore.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. Okay, so you see Eve leaving. Shortly after Eve takes off, you see what looks like another pirate and 2 other of his friends / crewmen walk into the tavern. They immediately lock eyes with Charles, and you can see Charles has become a little bit uncomfortable. Well. If it isn't Killian Jones, or is it Charles, or Prince Charles? I can't remember. Is this your new crew? And he kind of motions to all of you.
I don't believe I've caught your name.
He ignores you. I should give you some advice. You see, this man is all talk. And when you're least expecting it, will stab you in the back, or in my case, cost you your hand. And you can see that he's missing his right hand.
Is it a hook?
It's not a hook.
Oh, okay.
Have you been watching Ever After?
Usually when hands go missing, it's because they've stolen something that doesn't belong to them.
I don't think we've met. What was your name again?
I didn't give it to you.
It's okay, love. Don't worry about old Jasper here. He may look intimidating and brutish, especially missing his, the one hand that he uses to pleasure himself with.
Is it his right or left hand?
Is his right hand that was missing.
Forced to be a lefty. Oof.
You can see that this man that you know now is named Jasper kind of now puts his left hand on his pistol. I'd watch your mouth, Killian.
No need to get up in arms. We're just having a drink. Would you care to join us, actually? And I motion to one of the empty spots.
He pulls up a seat next to you, or
Oh.
from the area that you've offered. So tell me.
Well, first, Jasper, it feels like you need a pint. And I either motion to Surbek to get some of his keg water to him.
Okay.
Surbek will do that, but the backwash must be pretty intense at this point.
Yeah, it's okay. He doesn't. I don't think he's seen that.
All right, I'll pour him a drink.
At least your friends have some class.
At that moment, Surbek's gonna let out a little fart.
I take it back.
Jasper, was it?
Now you know my name. I didn't quite catch yours.
Ophelia.
Pleasure. So, tell me, what has he promised you? Safe passage somewhere? A treasure? Map?
No, none of that really. In fact, I think we've promised him something. And this is also not the first time we work with your dear friend. I put up my hands. I still have all my fingers, though.
At this point, Golan's gonna give a little chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. Might I just say, it appears that your relationship with Charles, well, got a lot of hand. And I'm just gonna take a sip of ale,
Literally.
clank it down on the table, and just give him a stare.
Oh, you've got some funny people in your company. Huh, Killian? I didn't know you had a thing for the greenskins.
What did he look like again?
He's kind of elderly, a bit burly. You can see he's got salt and pepper hair that has been cut very short, and obviously missing his right hand. He's got scars from the left side of his face, from the upper lip, that kind of leads towards the upper cheek. And he's also got a scar that comes across the right brow. And you can see that his eye is a bit obviously discolored from the scarring.
Any fresh scars or wounds or bruises?
Nothing that looks fresh.
Okay. Well, enough about us. How do you know our good old... I look at Charles. Killian.
Much like you would know him, I suppose. He was looking for a crew. We were promised gold and riches, and we were young, so we signed up.
How young were you?
At the time, older than your good friend here, but young enough to be naive to believe someone when they said that they could find treasure at the bottom of the sea.
I put my elbows up on the table and rest my chin on my hands. What treasure were you looking at the bottom of the sea?
He mimics your movement, your stance. Yes, Killian. What treasure were we looking for at the bottom of the sea? You can see Charles is a bit uncomfortable at this point, but he doesn't answer.
I do love a good treasure story. I'm quite fond of the shiny things. Was it a shipwreck? An artifact, perhaps? A spellbook contained in a crate.
What was it again, Charles? Wasn't it something pointy? Something like a harpoon?
Ophelia is piecing all of this together. She had a feeling this is what was going on. Were you looking for that, or did Charles tell you all about it?
Oh no, your good friend Charles was the one who put the crew together looking for it.
And is that how you lost your hand? Trying to take a harpoon? I mean, fitting way to lose a hand, I suppose.
It's not the way you think. You see, some crazed vampire pirate found his way over to us. And he took my hand.
Interesting. He had like weirdish gray, purplish hair.
Yeah, like salt and pepper hair.
Yeah, okay. Any specific identifying things on him other than a decaying pirate man?
No. And the pistol at his waist.
Ah, right. Was he... Did he look ill? Like, decrepit and decaying? Perhaps maybe even salt pepper hair? Purple hue in the sun? Gun at the waist?
Seems like the one.
I'm familiar. Did you shoot your hand off?
Indeed he did.
Remind me, we did not kill him, correct?
You did not know.
No. Okay.
Is that what he has you looking for?
No. Not at all, actually. Why were you looking for that? You don't seem like the type of person who would wield such a weapon. And, sorry Charles, but neither do you.
I don't know, Charles. Why were we looking for that? It was a job, love. It went south. Unfortunately, Jasper here lost his hand as a result.
Who gave you that job?
I picked it up when we were in Averheim.
So, Jasper, what brings you to this lovely little town?
Well, with that big beastie floating about on the seas, this one seemed safe. And then I saw your good buddy's boat tied up, so I figured I'd go looking for him.
Sweet little reunion.
Hmm. I tell you what, Killian. Watch your back. And Jasper and the goons that were with him will slowly stand up. He still has his hand on his pistol from what you can see. And he begins to walk away.
Before he walks away, Golden will pipe up to Jasper. Friend, if you're gonna threaten somebody, at least make sure they're scared. Because us, him, we're not scared of you.
I raise up my pints to Jasper. It was a pleasure meeting.
Likewise.
And I give a little wave to his silent goons.
Okay.
Goon
Silent and
squad.
Nameless.
The Zoom squad, because
Okay. Wow. That was uncomfortable.
Mostly for you.
Yeah, yes it was.
Did you betray him?
No. Jasper's got a big mouth.
I can tell that much, but if we're being honest, you kind of do too, so like for like.
Yes, but I know how to use it.
I give him a sly wink.
He gives you a grin back. Well, I am exhausted. I think I'm going to turn in. When did you say you lot needed to head to Ulthuan again?
Truly, whatever. Tonight, tomorrow afternoon.
I'll be here. Let's not make it tonight. I'm a bit exhausted.
Out of game. It'll take 3 to 4 days for Bragrick to finish the thing.
Yeah, Ophelia does not know that.
Oh, I thought she was present when he said it.
Ophelia wouldn't have cared about that.
Oh, okay.
She already forgot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cerbex's going to ask Eve. Hey, Eve.
Oh, I'm not there. I'm bathing.
Never mind.
Eve. Oh, she's not here.
Cerbex's going to ask loudly in the bar to basically everybody. Anyone able to make big bedroll out of small bedrolls?
Those of you that are looking, it would be easy enough to stitch together from what you can see, but it would require maybe about an hour's worth of work.
Don't all volunteer at once.
Is there a specific kit that we need to do that? Like a sewing kit?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would need some sort of a kit, but
Can I use my blacksmith tools?
how would you do that?
I can hammer the fabric together and force it with friction so that becomes one. I'll superheat the fabric until it's just ashes.
Alright, Sorbek doesn't like the sound of that.
I'll make you a chain bedroll. I'll crochet it.
Alright, well, for the time being, then Sorbek's gonna go outside and kind of just like loosely place the bedrolls on top of himself.
Okay.
Wait, is he sleeping outside?
It's Sorbek's preference.
Okay. Was there anything else you guys want to do?
Nope. Long rest so I can get started in the morning on everything else.
I would return and also have a long rest, but I would also make my room like proofed in case there's intruders.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just say that everyone beds down for a long rest, and then eventually morning comes. You can all mark that you've picked up a long rest, and yeah, you hear the normal sounds, birds chirping. You can gently hear the sea from your windows.
Because I'm an elf and I would have woken up earlier, could I make use of the earlier time?
Sure. What did you want to do?
Could I spend 2 hours reading the potion book and then 2 hours reading the coding book?
Okay. Anyone else?
Nope.
Okay. I'll mark those things in tonight after the session's over. Okay, cool. So you guys head back down to the tavern. You can see that the barmaid is just in the process of getting everything set up. She's placing stools back onto the ground, and once she's done that, she eventually tries to get some sort of a fire going.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. I realized I don't know your name.
You're gonna have to say that again.
I realized I didn't get your name earlier. What is your name? My name is Eve.
Hello, Eve. I'm Delilah.
Nice to meet you, Delilah. Do you happen to have any food for breakfast?
No, unfortunately, we don't normally do breakfast food. The cook's not in right now.
Do you happen to have any food that we can use to make breakfast?
Fish? Is that what you want?
Were they short?
Were they what?
Worth trying.
Okay. Sure. They're in the kitchen. Feel free.
I'm assuming everyone's awake at this time, right?
What time is it now?
It's about 8 in the morning.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get up too.
I
Take
would,
a breakfast.
yeah, I would, since Sir Beck has appointed himself the cook of the chef of
This is your time to shine. You can use the tavern's items to make breakfast.
All right, Cerbek's going to make breakfast for everybody.
I would tip Delilah 2 gold for letting us use the food and the kitchen.
Okay. All right, Cerbek, you're cooking. I'm assuming you're using the facilities here.
Yes, sir.
That is how I picture Sherbet cooking every single time, by the way. You're just really smashing things together.
with 2 spoons.
Go ahead and give
I
it.
rolled a 22.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, like the sashimi. You're getting pretty good with different materials, so to speak, and you whip together a pretty good meal. Even Delilah is impressed when you bring it out. So if you ever need a job, let me know.
Cerbek has job. Smash bad guys.
I bet you're very good at it.
Cerbek the best. I'll portion out and serve everybody.
All right, cool. So Charles / Killian comes down. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, what's the plan for today?
We're stuck here for 3 to 4 days until we have certain things made.
Sounds good. Gives me a chance to relax.
Perfect.
Since it's early in the morning, I'm gonna finish up some rations food. I'm gonna go find a blacksmithing shop that might be open.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can get any metal casings that I'll need.
Okay. Yeah. So you easy enough to find a blacksmith in the area.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the clinks of metal as you approach.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
I'd just be interested in some of your wares. Wondering if you have some metal casings.
What did you need specifically, though? Any sort of material?
Nah, nothing too expensive. Just enough that just standard iron will work. Maybe if I can get, but the casing has to be a pound. I can't have it no less, no more.
So you said just iron is fine?
Yep.
You want them already made into casings, or did you wish to smelt it yourself? I have them in ingots if that's what you want.
How long would it take you to transform those ingots into canisters for me?
Do you have schematics?
I do, sir, indeed. I'm gonna pull out from my book from my bag, my book, and kind of show them the schematics I have written down for the casings.
He kind of mulls it over. Well, if it's just out of iron, how many did you say you needed again?
least 10.
10.
If you can make 15, all the better. But what's your cost? How much time?
I'm guessing it'll take me at least 2 hours to do the first, and then after that, I'm sure I'll get quicker. So let's say an hour beyond the first one. So total of 11 hours if we're doing 10. For the materials, it's about a silver piece per pound. So that's easy. Silver, 11 silver. But for the labor, I have a going rate of about 5 gold per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So 5 gold per hour, and it's going to take them 11 hours, 55 gold, and then how much per casing?
How
5
much?
silver?
It was 1 silver per pound of
Okay.
iron for the material. So
Okay.
say 56 gold
In total.
roughly.
Okay. You say it'll take you 11 hours, roughly.
Yeah, about.
About. And it's about, what, 8 o'clock in the morning right now? 8, 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
You seem like a very skilled blacksmith. Your father was a blacksmith, wasn't he?
How'd you know?
Ah, I can tell a metalworker's hands. I see you've been at it for a long time. Your father has taught you well. How about
Thanks.
we strike a deal? I give you 60 gold, and I come back in 8 hours.
He kind of thinks it over.
And give him a little slap on the shoulder.
Think I can do that? You got a deal.
So, I'll give you half now, half when the job's done. I'm gonna
Sounds good.
take out the 30 gold coins.
I'll get started on it right away.
Thank you, sir. Then, let's see. Oh, while I'm here, I wonder, do you have any silver ingots lying about?
I do. Much more expensive than the iron, though.
Of course, of course. But you yourself, of course, are a very skilled laborer. I'm wondering. I'm gonna take out the 10 foot of silver chain pieces that I have in my bag of holding. Do you think you could repair these, make them into one again for me?
So you want to make the two chains into one?
Yeah, because it's just all pieces that accumulate into 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. That'll be about 5 gold pieces to do that, though.
You do have a hard bargain, but I hope your wares will be worth it. And I'll give him another 5 gold.
Okay.
And then with that, I will head back to the inn where everyone else was.
Okay.
And then I'll just sit by the fire drinking my morning ale.
Okay.
And just scribbling in my book the ingredients and things like that.
Okay.
After I was done breakfast, I would also do some shopping stuff. And I would also tell Slurbeck, Slurbeck, when I'm done shopping, do you want to help me forage?
Okay.
Yeah, and I would ask if anyone would want to help me to forage as well.
Sir Beck is also going to ask, you know how to put these together? And he's going to hold up both bedrolls.
Unfortunately, I do not know how to sew, but I did hear Ophelia does.
Okay, thank you. Sir Beck's going to ask Ophelia, you know how to put these together?
What time Ophelia's not there.
Never mind, talking to self again.
Sorbek, you feeling okay? You've been talking to yourself quite a bit.
Maybe too much ale last night.
It could be a withdrawal. You haven't had any wolf steaks in a while.
Been a while. Need to find more wolf.
Is there a store around here that would like buy jewelry or anything?
You don't think so. It's a pretty basic setup.
Go to the general store. See if I try my luck there.
You can try, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna cast Enhance Ability.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it on charisma checks.
What does that do? Oh, makes you have advantage?
It gives me advantage on charisma checks. And I'm gonna make myself look more approachable.
Okay. What is your charisma modifier?
It's currently 16.
So that's plus
Plus 3.
3. Okay.
Alright, I go to the general store.
Okay. You see that the shop is open. You push your way through, and you can see an elderly man behind the counter.
Hello!
Hello.
I have some things that might be of interest to you.
What do you have?
Some beautiful treasures that I have found while traveling. Very rare, very nice. Very good for such many, many occasions.
Do you show?
I show him I show one by one, like, to gauge his interest. So I start off with the lowest. I would be like,
I have this beautiful, beautiful assortment of rings, silver, gold. You know, such quality. Great for, you know, weddings and, or even just for, those special couples. Or just for style. And then for the creme de la creme, I bring out this platinum necklace, the topaz. And I'm like, this is like the crown jewels. You can only, it took so much effort in all the travels to find. So very nice.
Okay. What is the value written on your thing?
The platinum necklace is 750 gold.
Okay.
The silver rings,
Just do one by one. It'll be easier that way. So 750 gold. Okay.
yeah, the 2 cold rings are in total 50 gold.
One by one.
Sorry.
So he's inspecting the
Okay. The platinum necklace is 750 gold.
Okay, so he's inspecting the platinum necklace, and he kind of looks it over. I mean, I can see, I can see that there's some good quality here. I'll give you 650 for this piece.
Did I tell you the story about this necklace and how I came about it? It is very, 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 was protected. Very protected. And, not many people have had the chance to touch this necklace because it was so protected. I think we could go a little higher, maybe 750.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay. $700, and you got yourself a deal.
Mm.
You know what? I like you. You have good feelings. You know what? I will accept the 700.
Yay.
And then I'll bring out. I mean, I have 2 gold rings. So,
Okay.
um, so they're both 25 each.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I have these beautiful, beautiful gold rings. You know what? They'd be great for a married couples. They match, you know? So gorgeous.
Okay, so he rolled very poorly on his investigation roll, so he's going to offer you, well, how about I give you 30 apiece? So 60.
Perfect.
What else were you selling?
This ring so beautiful. It's silver. Pure silver. Good for, you know, purity ring. Or good for, you know, the special milestone rings. Like, or just for fashion. You know, simple fashion.
What was the price on that one?
The price on that ring is 20 gold.
He kind of looks it over. I don't even think this is made of silver. I'll give you 5 gold pieces for this one. He rolled a natural 20 on the investigation of it.
Did I tell you the story of this ring, though? This ring, you know, it has gone through many, many things. I found it as I was lured to this ring amongst many other treasures by some children, some ghostly children that just showed us where it was because they wanted it to be out into the world. This is special significance. You surely you want a little pay. How much can you pay for significance? You can't go a little cheap on it.
Make another persuasion check. I'm sorry, dear. My price is firm at 5 gold pieces.
You know what? It's okay. Fine.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Yes, I do, actually. These beautiful treasures can be displayed in a beautiful, beautiful jewelry box. Which all of this can be displayed in. And if better yet, if anyone buys ours, they could just have the whole box. They already have that.
What was the price of that one?
75 gold.
So he looks it over. Yeah, I think I can give you 70 gold pieces for this.
Beautiful, beautiful. You have yourself a deal. No. Would you help him to have your a fishing pool?
I believe so. Kind of rummages around the mess in the store, and he eventually pulls out a fishing pole.
I'd like to purchase this if you don't mind.
Sure. We're looking at for the pole and several other things like lures and hooks. It's about a gold piece for the whole set.
Perfect, I'll take it. Thank you so much for your patronage. That's beautiful.
I can't hear a word you're saying. It's like you disappeared into a tunnel.
Yeah, this is worse than usual.
And then I head out. And I go to the blacksmith. Did you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. Is anyone else doing anything inside of the tavern? At the moment, Bragrick, Eve, and Ophelia are not there. So those of you in the tavern, what are you doing?
Since it's now getting mid-morning, I'm gonna head down to the alchemist shop.
Okay. You're going to head to Fabian's and begin working away.
Yes.
So let's just go ahead and do that first tinkering check now, even though it'll be a few hours to work on whatever you're working on.
Yeah.
So what are you attempting to fix or do first?
I've already successfully fixed Cerbex's armor, right?
That's right. Yes, you have.
Okay. So now I'm basically just making the gun system that we really need. Well,
The launcher for the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just give me a tinkering check at the moment, and you can put it in chat or just keep it to the side for the time being. Teokala, you want to go to the same general store, dude?
He's not gonna hate me
Nah, no. Why would he hate you?
because there's an association.
Because of your association with me.
Yeah, I want to head over there.
Okay. Well, hello, good sir.
Hello, I'm looking for a couple of potions.
Couple potions. Yep, I can definitely. I definitely got what you need. What level of potion did you want?
So every time I think about buying potions, I think of that stupid potion seller song. I don't know if you guys seen it in that video. My potions are too powerful for you. What are the levels again? I don't remember, to be honest.
You have your standard healing potion. You have your greater, superior, and your supremes. Now, I believe standard is 2d4 plus 4. Greater, I believe, is 4d4 plus 4. And then I believe the superior is 8d4 plus 4. I'm just looking it up right now. Okay, so it's common, the first one, 2d4 plus 2, and then it goes 4d4 plus 4, 8d4 plus 8, and then the supreme is 10d4 plus 20.
Okay. So the switch happens between the superior and the like there's a 44 and then there's a 8d4 or sorry 48 sorry.
So the 8d4 is the superior healing, and then the greater healing is 4d4. And then there's the best one, which is the supreme, that's 10d4.
Okay. I guess I was just curious of the price of each tier. If you have.
Yeah, he's got all of them. Well, our standard one is 50 gold pieces. The greater is 200 gold pieces. And then the superior will run you about 2,000. The supreme is about 20,000 gold pieces.
I'll just take one of the. Honestly, I forget the name right after you say it. The 200 gold piece one.
The greater. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and give yourself a greater healing potion. Mark off 200 gold pieces. Was there anything else you needed?
That'll be all. Thank you.
Pleasure doing business. All right. Eldriana, Goldun, Yope.
I'm just gonna eat my breakfast at the tavern.
Okay. Goldun, Yope. Eldriana.
I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna have a quick breakfast and go to a shop.
The general store again.
Yes. Is that the only one?
It's the only store that sells basically the basics. You won't be able to find like super rare magical items, but you'll find things like potions, bedrolls, rations, that kind of stuff.
Oh. So I wouldn't find any weapons.
You'd find weapons, but only like the mundane type. So you could buy arrows, for example, but they wouldn't be magical.
Okay. Sure. I'll get some more arrows. So yeah, I'll go to the shop. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I am busy today. How can I help you?
Good morning. I'm just looking for some arrows to fill my load.
I can't hear you.
I'm looking to get some more arrows.
Okay. I sell them in bunches of 20 at 1 gold piece for a bunch.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Did you want just the 20?
Let's see. I'll get 2 packs of 20, please.
Okay. He then places 2 bunches, so 40 arrows total, onto the table. 2 gold pieces.
Here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise. And I'll just repack my my backpack for the arrows.
Okay. Goldun. Yope. The two of you see what looks like white just fill your vision. After maybe a second or two, you begin to see what looks like a tear in open space, in this open white plane. You then see what looks like 2 hands reach out and grasp either side of this rip in reality. The figure struggles to pull themselves up, but eventually they manage. You can see that it's Siegfried. I do not have much time, but listen quickly. Is that how he sounded? I can't remember.
Basically.
It's pretty good.
The gods of chaos are coming. They are rebuilding the warp gate in Norska. They will be upon you soon. Ugh! And you can see that as he finishes his warning, he's being yanked back down as he struggles to hang on to these ends of the portal itself. As he desperately hangs on before shouting his final warning, you can see that something behind him, like a large demon of sort, is holding him by both of his ankles. He eventually gets pulled, and you can hear him shout a final warning. The Ever-Chosen is coming! You both kind of jolt, almost like you were daydreaming, and you kind of fell asleep at the table eating your breakfast. And you're now just sitting in the tavern, not sure what happened.
What was that information one more time?
He said that the Chaos Gods are coming. They are rebuilding the Warp Gate in Norska, and that the Ever-Chosen is coming.
Do we notice that do we notice each other seeing this thing, or is
As far as you know, you don't know, but you're both sitting at the tavern right now, and you can see that something has happened to either of you, something strange.
I'll kind of like check my armor, like make sure everything's good. I'll look at Yolp and I'll ask him, "Did you see that, or am I just losing my mind?"
Yes, I saw that too. We better tell the others.
Siegfried could still be alive.
I'm more worried about what he warned us about. He said Chaos Gods?
Yeah, he mentioned something about the Chaos Gods and the Ever-Chosen.
Do we know anything about Chaos Gods?
Yeah, I mean, you know that there are 4 sort of overarching gods that are essentially made out of the purest emotions, right? So you have things like lust, rage, hate, pestilence, that kind of stuff, but it's all sort of encompassed into 4. You guys have fought the demons, the lesser demons of their sort of creations or manifestations. Fabian turned into what's called a demon prince, and a demon prince is essentially when a god has gifted an individual and with their power. However, demons are typically extremely rare to everyone's knowledge because they require an influx of magic to exist. So when you fought them in the tavern, you all suspect it had to do with Teclis being drained. The reason why demons are essentially difficult to maintain in this world is because of the Great Vortex in Ulthuan. The vortex essentially drains out all of the excess magic in the world, making demons a pretty rare occursion for them to be sort of living in the world.
So I guess they sort of exist in their own plane, and they can't really come here naturally.
Exactly. Yeah, they have to either have a host, like they did with Fabian, or there needs to be a huge amount of magic present in the world at the time for them to be able to push through reality.
Okay. Golden, should we tell the others about what Siegfried warned us about?
Yes. But we should be sure to do it quickly.
Sure. And then I guess we finish our breakfast quickly and we go to everyone.
Okay, those of you that went to the shop, I know Eve, you went to the blacksmith after, but where were the rest of you going?
I'd go where everybody else ends up going.
Yeah, I'm gonna regroup with the party.
Okay. Ophelia, where are you exactly? We haven't really discussed that.
I can start making my way down now.
So you see Ophelia is a bit late to come down from the tavern, and she eventually catches up to you guys. I'm assuming you're making your way back to Fabian's? Eve, I know you're going to the blacksmith.
Yes.
Okay. Eve, you make it to the blacksmith, and like Bragrick, you just hear the clinging of metal being hammered consistently.
Hello!
Hello.
What a beautiful shop you have here.
What can I do for you? You can see that he's hammering away at some sort of casing. These are what Bragrick has him working on.
I was hoping for a few different things. The first being, I have this beautiful, concealed silver longsword. And I was hoping to sell it for a pretty penny. I was hoping you can help me with that.
I mean, I don't normally purchase weapons. I normally make them, but was there a price you had in mind that you were looking to sell them for?
Out of game, how much does that usually go for? Long swords.
Longswords are not too expensive, if I remember. One sec. Longswords are typically 15 gold pieces, but because it's silvered, I believe that adds about 100 to the total.
It is.
Yeah, 100.
I am looking for 100 gold.
He begins to inspect the piece. Where did you get this from again?
I got it off of like one of the battles a long time ago.
I think I know which one. He begins to look it over, just kind of testing the balance. 100 gold? Alright, I can do that.
Perfect. And then on a note of silver, was also looking to silver these two weapons I have here. Is it possible?
What weapons were they?
The current ones I have equipped. So the Death Sword and the Cursed Blade.
These are extremely rare. Elven in make, incredibly balanced. You sure you want to sell these?
I didn't say sale, I said silvered.
Oh, silvered. Sorry, your accent is a bit too thick for me.
I understand.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think you provided me enough silver in the blade. I think I can get this done. In let's say 4 hours time, but I got another order already. It'll have to wait until at least tomorrow.
Is he asking for like a straight trade instead of like?
No. Sorry, that was confusing on my part, but no.
It's okay.
That sounds perfect. I will take that then.
And I hand him over the weapons to Silver. So I don't have to pay anything for the silvering?
The silver will be 4 hours of his time at 5 gold per hour, so it'll be 20 gold in total.
Okay, that's fine. I pay him 20 gold.
Okay. All right, I'll get these to you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Very appreciated.
Okay, so you all meet back at Fabian's old workshop, and you can hear Bragrick building away. As you guys go in, you can see Cedric and Maka are both tending to Teclis at this point. You can see Teclis is essentially laying down, and he's very pale, very weak.
Teclis is very weak.
Yeah.
Does it look like he's like about to croak, or
He looks sick, essentially. He doesn't look like he's about to die at any moment, but he looks sick.
I'm assuming he's laying down or something.
Yeah.
I'll kneel close and I'll ask, is the ailment, is it from your magic being drained?
Yes.
How can we fix this?
I need an infusion of magic. Or I need to make it back to Ulthuan, where I have an elixir that will cure me of this ailment.
Is there anything I could provide now, in the meantime? And obviously, we'll take some time to get to Ulthuan.
I don't think there's anything you can do.
Am I close by at this point?
Yep.
Does your weakness have anything to do with the Chaos Gods rising?
Well, I suspect when Fabian betrayed me, he used my magic to create that demonic incursion. So, yes. But if I don't make it back to Ulthuan and regain my magic, I will perish.
How long before that happens?
Hard to say. If I rest well enough, I believe I can make it several days.
How much magic do you need?
It's not really something we can quantify. If I can get even a little bit, we can prolong this disease of mine. But the only place I can see getting any magic is to steal it from Maka, and I refuse to do that.
someone was to offer you their magic, would that magic return?
It would return to them, yes.
Take some of mine then.
We would need to rebuild Fabian's device in order to do this.
Then we can do that. As long as the magic will turn back and I'll be back to full strength, I will offer some magic.
Thank you, Gul'dan. We'll see if this will work.
Pat him on the shoulders and then walk towards good old pal Yop.
Me, mama.
He's not looking too good, eh?
I agree, but I'm still sort of suspicious of him.
What's there to be suspicious about?
It's a little bit too convenient that he's requiring magic and that vision that we had of Siegfried.
Oh, do you think he's lying to us?
It could be, but I'm not too sure. I think I'll play my cards to my chest for the moment.
If you seriously think this is an issue, maybe we should hold off on the magic transfusion. I trust your opinion.
Okay. Did we tell everyone else at this point about what we saw?
I believe you did, didn't you?
Okay.
I thought we did. I mean, if not, now would be a good time to.
Mm-hmm.
With them mentioning the chaos gods and all that, I'd be like, I have been reading Fabian's book. I have not finished it, but he has made mention of chaos gods, and one in particular named Belcor. Belcor has been doing some shady things.
Yop, Golden, and Ophelia, give me a religion check.
Oh.
Pretty rare.
Yeah.
We don't do that a lot.
No.
Oh, do we add on top of each other or individual?
It's individual.
20 for the old gold unnatural.
18 for Ophelia.
So,
The holy man.
Golden and Ophelia. Yop, maybe your paladin order didn't teach you as much, but
You doesn't really know anything.
Bellicor is said to be the first of all the demon princes, and he's unique in the way that he is actually chosen by all of the chaos gods, not just one.
That's cool. I tell that knowledge that is obviously normal to me.
I'll tell you what I know so far from reading. Again, it's not finished. It will take me quite a long time. It's not in direct reading, it's all coded.
Not finished.
Yes. But what I understand so far is that Belocor sought out Fabian and gave him the power. That's who he is channeling. And then he on behalf of Belcourt, he wanted to find more information. He went to Sylvania to try to get more information. And Belcourt is kind of unique because he supposedly can go back in history, and he can he's trying to corrupt it to get out of his banishment.
So let me get this straight. You've got a time traveling demon who's trying to corrupt the timeline and rewrite his own history.
To my understanding, yes, but again, it's not finished. We still have a long way to go.
How in the bloody heavens are we supposed to fight that?
I don't know more when I find out.
I'm
What I
Hayes.
gather, this is a 12-hour read. I'm only 5 hours in.
I see that.
You better get the other 7 going, then.
That kid.
This is so funny.
Gotta read fast.
That is how I picture Eve reading all of the time, by the way. Could I see your book?
Sure.
Do we recognize it? Have I seen this book before?
I believe you saw it when it was discovered initially, but beyond that, no.
Don't you need a decoder to like read it?
Yeah. You need the keyword, which was chaos.
Ah.
I lean into the book.
So the reason why Eve is taking so long is because she's got to go literally letter by letter and decipher everything.
But could I assist? Could I help decipher things? Maybe my intelligence is a little higher.
Yeah, you can help her decipher it quicker.
Chaos.
So as you're flipping through, Eve, you notice that even though you haven't finished it yet, the book isn't full of notes. There's only, I believe you've read 5 pages, and I think there's 7 in total that have been like filled out and written. And the one of them is schematics for the device.
Oh my god, Jeremy.
Would I have any knowledge and be able to decipher it?
You wouldn't be able to do it any quicker necessarily, and Ophelia would be already helping. I feel like 3 people huddled around a book would actually make it slower.
I agree.
No, I wasn't ready to turn the page. Turn back.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, you're too fast.
I pull out a parchment ink, and yes, that's basically me right there. And I start decoding, and I try to figure out an easier algorithm to do this on a quicker pace.
Okay. Why don't you give me an intelligence check? Just straight intelligence.
Okay. This is the perfect time for a natural 20! It's not a natural 20, but it's still not
Is
bad.
it an unnatural 20?
No, it's not. It's actually a 19.
Not close enough.
Okay. While it's obvious, like there's only really one way to decipher it, you figure with your help, you'll be able to finish off the rest of the book in about 2 hours. The two of you together.
All right. I look to Eldoriana came from the most like wealthy background, correct? From what I can tell.
From what you can tell, yes.
Okay.
It's definitely Surbeck.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Eldoriana.
Okay. I look to Eldriana. A drink. And a couple more for our ride. And I'm trying to task Eldriana to find me something that's not ale to drink.
You think an ale will help you study?
No, I think a whiskey shall.
All right.
Or good wine. Beggars can't be choosers, but not snail.
I'll see what I can get.
I like some juice. I've been drinking too much. I need some sugar.
Some sugar.
Would a wine suffice? Or strictly a non-alcoholic?
You think, you know what? Honestly, maybe not get her an alcoholic beverage. Get her a juice. Get her a water. Get her a water with a mint sprig in it. And Ophelia's trying to think about Eve inebriated trying to do this, and that sounds like misery to her.
Right, so a juice and let's see between a wine or whiskey. I'll go over to the tavern.
Okay. You make your way to the tavern, and you can see Delilah is still just busy at setting up.
Hello again.
Hello. What can I do you for?
Could I, by any chance, would you have some juice here? Just regular juice.
No. You do. This is a tavern, love. We serve only ale.
All right, then. Okay, then perhaps just a glass of water.
I can do that. She pours you a glass of water. She hands it to you.
And I'll also take a glass of wine.
We don't do wine either, love. But you know what? You could visit Roland. He's just off of the docks. While he doesn't own a tavern or anything, he does specialize in wines. He makes them.
All right. Very well. I'll go visit him then. How much for the water?
Yeah, it's on the house, love. It's just water.
Thank you. And I'll leave the tavern and head. I'll pass back or go back to Eve and Ophelia just to give Eve the water. Sorry, Eve. Only water. No juice. This is the best I can give you.
It's okay, thank you.
And I'll be back with the wine Just gonna do one more stop. And I'll head to Roland.
Okay. So you make your way along the docks, following the directions that Delilah had given you, and you reach what looks like, the best way to describe it is a boat condo. It's kind of like the back end of a boat just floating, and these next to it is similar, where you have shipwrecks that have been fashioned into makeshift homes. And yeah, so you've reached the house that you know to be Roland's.
I'll knock on the door. Hello?
Hello.
What can I do for you?
Hello. I'm just nearby. We're just here with some friends of mine, but I was told from the tavern that you make wine. And I was hoping I could get a glass from you.
I suppose. You're new in town, aren't you?
I am just here for a short while.
Are you with a young woman, red hair? He's describing Ophelia to you.
Sorry, out of game. Did we meet him already?
You have not.
Okay. Yes. Actually, the wine is for her. Would you know her?
Come in for a second.
I'll go in with hesitance.
Okay. He doesn't close the door or anything. He lets you in, and he begins to sort of rummage around, and he grabs a bottle, and he approaches you. Here, she can have the whole bottle.
Huh. All right. Thank you.
Give me... Actually, what is your passive perception?
14.
Okay. With your passive perception of 14, you can see that he's got what looks like 2 red dots on his neck.
Are those... Is that an injury there you have? And I'll nod to the red dots.
He kind of lifts his collar up a little bit. Yeah.
Can I do a perception check to see if he's telling the truth?
Insight. That would be insight.
Or insight?
Of course.
Great.
As far as you know, he's telling the truth. He injured himself.
God damn it. Okay. All right.
Well, thank you. And if you can let her know that Roland sent her this.
All right. Did you want to tell her yourself?
No, I'm too busy right now. I have more wine to make.
Well, all right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I tell like what like what he is? What
Oh, he's a human male, probably in his mid to late 30s. Kind of broad build, dark hair. Yep.
Okay. So I'll leave with the wine bottle and raise the bottle up as a motion of cheers.
Okay.
And I'll head back to Ophelia.
Okay.
Ophelia.
1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
I say that to Eldriana.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm mid deciphering a sentence, and I'm just jotting down things and pointing to random characters and saying, Eve, this one, Eve, this one.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. Yes, Eldriana.
Well, first, here's your wine bottle.
Oh, a whole bottle.
Yes, actually, it was given to me by someone at the shore. He said that he knew you. His name was Roland. And
I look at the bottle. Is there what does the label say?
There's no label on it. It's an unmarked bottle.
Mm.
he
Huh.
said to tell you hello.
Ophelia smiles. I'm gonna need a glass for this. I look around. Do I see a glass anywhere?
Yeah, you find a glass easy enough in the
Perfect.
shop.
DM, did I know that he made wines?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Well, since you got a whole bottle, I mean, it is nice to share. And I'll take a glass as well. I'll join you.
I begrudgingly give her the bottle. I mean, you did go and acquire the wine for me, of course. I have to share a glass with you.
Right.
How's Roland?
He looked well. He seemed to be busy making some other wine.
That's what a winemaker does.
And actually I noticed something peculiar on his neck. He said that or it looked like two dots on his neck. I asked him if it was an injury, and he said that it was. I don't think of anything of it.
I don't really know the process of making wine. I suppose injuries can happen anywhere if you're not careful enough. And I take a sip of the wine. What's it taste like? Is it delicious?
Yeah, it's more of a fruity blend. It's still relatively young, but yeah, I mean, overall, fairly enjoyable, especially given the fact that there's no wine in this area at all.
I take another sip and smile and continue decoding.
I am. I'm. Before Ophelia just took her sip, I was uh, awkwardly waiting to do a cheers, but go ahead and drink anyway.
Yikes.
All right. You're welcome.
Ophelia is too deep in the book at this point to hear what you said.
I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna pretty much like gulp the whole wine glass, and I guess I'll wash on the side, and since they're distracted, I'll just mutter. I'm just gonna go walk by the shore, and I'm gonna head to the shore.
Okay. All right. Bragrick, what did you roll on your first DC check there?
I rolled a 13.
Okay. So you continue working away without any real schematics for the launcher. You're kind of having to make it up as you go. But with the 13 at this point, you think you've got something on paper that will work. The design itself is meant to be separate from any ship. That's sort of your main. That was your main concern with the entire construction of it. So you built up the schematics for a somewhat mobile platform. However, it may be tricky to get it completed in the 3 days that you've allotted.
Okay. It's a mobile platform. Can it be mounted to the front of a ship then, technically?
It could be. Yeah.
Okay.
It can be either or, whatever suits the user best. Okay, so why don't you give me another DC check now?
Okay. Blech.
Okay. So you begin working on the construction of this, and having sort of stuck into it at this point, you realize that there are some errors in your schematic that you need to spend a bit more time on sort of addressing. Luckily, you haven't sort of expended too many materials, and the ones that you did use are not they're not broken or anything at this point. So sort of back to the drawing board, but just with edits. So with that being said, I think we'll wrap it up for the night, and we'll get back to this next week.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Good session.
Good game.
Solid.
We all made money.
Thanks, y'all.
What? I spent money.
I didn't make any money. Who made money?
I think
That's
two
solid.
people made money.
They want to share the wealth?
All right, have a good night, everybody. Good game.
Good night.
Good
Game.
game.